Elections should include online voting in 2020, Bercow. People should be able to choose to vote online in the 2020 general election, a commission set up by Commons Speaker John Bercow has concluded. The Digital Democracy Commission also envisages public participation in Commons debates via an internet forum. And there would be moves to encourage more young people to register to vote. Speaking to BBC political editor Nick Robinson for Radio 4's Can Democracy Work? series, the speaker said he saw a growing appetite for online voting. He said, "I don't mean by that it will necessarily at any stage be compulsory to vote in that way, but I think that the notion that, if it can be established as secure and reliable, people should have the option to vote online, will gain ground more and more and more." He said the 2020 poll could be the first election in which people have the opportunity to vote online. Other recommendations in the Commission's report include allowing MPs who are unwell or have childcare responsibilities to be permitted to vote in the Commons electronically, without having to go into the chamber. Ending restrictions on members of the public using mobile phones in the public galleries in the Commons. Experimenting with providing live social media coverage of Commons debates. Line. E-voting at a glance. Electronic ballot box. Electronic ballot boxes are used in several countries, including Brazil. Electronic voting began in the 1960s with the use of punched card systems. More modern systems include electronic machines in polling stations operated by buttons or touch screens which connect to a central database. Countries using forms of e-voting include the US, Brazil, Belgium, Estonia, the Philippines and India. The term e-voting includes online voting where electors can cast their ballot from any computer using a secure ID. Line. The report also says parliamentary language and procedures should be simplified so that, by 2020, everyone can understand what the House of Commons does. Labour MP Graham Allen welcomed the aspiration on online voting, saying the Commons Political and Constitutional Reform Committee which he chairs had been urging the move for some time. Speaker's recommendations mirror many of 3,000 responses to the Select Committee's report on voter engagement, he tweeted. He said he would raise the issue and the report's other recommendations in a parliamentary debate later this month. Body politic. Mr. Bercow described the idea of the online forum enabling members of the public to question MPs in debates as exciting. He said, for members of Parliament whilst conducting their debate, to be aware of and capable of responding to what people outside are saying, would at least start to fuse the two parts of the body politic. Asked if he would liken public participation to another chamber in Parliament, Mr. Bercow said, "I don't know whether I would call it a chamber, but the idea of there being potentially a simultaneous dialogue between chambers of Parliament and members of the public, seems to me not an idea to be afraid of at all." Labour leader Ed Miliband has said, if he becomes Prime Minister, he would hold a series of People's Question Times immediately after the weekly session of Prime Minister's Questions as a means of giving people more say in the political process. Can Democracy Work? Is on BBC Radio 4 on Tuesday at 9 o'clock GMT.